You know, Felicia, whatever it is you're investigating is none of my business. But believe me, I do not want to blow your cover.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, that's not a surprise, I hope. I haven't revealed Alan's presence across the hall to anyone. I won't reveal yours. And in fact, I was hoping you might extend me the same consideration.
Well, I'll help you any way I can, whenever I can. You know that.
I know. Actually, this past year, you treated me like a human being, which makes you about as much of a novelty here in Port Charles as I am. So, can I count on your friendship one more time and ask you not to tell anyone that I was down here?
Of course.
It's not about my reputation, as if I had one anymore. It's about my future. My privileges as a doctor may be reinstated at General Hospital soon.
That's great, Tony. Good for you.
Well, good for Lucas. If I can hold a steady, responsible position here for a while, the judge in my custody case might let me see my son again. However, if word gets out to Bobbie that I was down in this kind of neighborhood, then I'm sure word would filter to the judge shortly thereafter.
Yeah, well, I can't take sides.
Well, I'm not asking you to. All I'm asking is, would it be fair if, in visiting Alan to help him, I was rewarded with 1 extra day of exile from my son?
I think it's a fine thing what you're doing. And I think it would be wonderful if you and Alan both turned your lives around.
What a time for the Welcome Wagon. Hey, you! Are you ever going to stop spying on me? Am I ever going to get any peace from you?
I'm working another case, Doc, so I'd appreciate it if you don't get on mine, okay?
Really, it's a coincidence you're right next door to me, huh?
I assure you there is an
I'd like to hear it, Taggart.
I have never defended the idiotic behavior of the men in this family toward my grandson.
Who are you calling an idiot?
You and everybody else that thinks they can get to Michael any other means than just loving him and loving my son. But that isn't the only reason that we can't see Michael. Carly has not taken responsibility for trying to get Jason to mend fences in this family.
Is that her responsibility?
Well, maybe not. I just think that any girlfriend or wife would do that. But then family caring is not really Carly's strong suit, since she tortured her adopted mother to death and she stole your husband and left Lucas without a father. I think Carly's family values boil down to kind of a divide and conquer.
And how do you explain what she did to me, Bobbie? I was sober, about to be a part of my family again, when she drove a wedge between us by drugging me and making me think that I started drinking again.
AJ, only when she thought you were a threat to the family, she was trying to start with Tony.
Okay, all right, look, no matter what Carly has done, she's yours. And I can respect the fact that you want to make peace. Although I kind of find it remarkable, considering everything she's done to you.
Well, you know, Monica, I happen to believe that everybody is entitled to forgiveness, if they ask for it and if they promise to try and do better.
All right, but forging a relationship with your child does not entitle you to destroy a relationship with mine.
You're exaggerating.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all, not from where I sit. It looks perfectly clear that your proposal guarantees Michael grow up in a Quartermaine free zone.
I'm not suggesting that the members of your family stay out of Michael's life forever. Just give Carly a little time to adjust. And Jason.
Well, that makes sense to me. Monica, you're getting closer to the family already. And I think Jason is slowly coming around.
And if that doesn't prove that rock and roll music makes you feeble-minded, I don't know what does. Unless maybe it's the fact that you let the Guthrie Technology sale fall through.
You know, the best thing in Michael's life right now is Robin. But we all know once Carly's back, she won't rest until Robin's driven out like we all were.
It's amazing how you can kiss up to grandfather from across the room.
Look, Bobbie, can't you just use your influence on Jason and bring both families together?
Oh, sure, sure. Come on, you know the quickest way to alienate Jason is to suggest that he have anything to do with this family. And I don't recall you being so concerned about anybody else's family when I asked you for a little help with Tony the other day.
What are you doing here, Taggart?
Gee, I couldn't say Alan Quartermaine, high-ranking member of one of the richest families in town, taking a room in the middle of Drug City. Why would that make me suspicious?
Hey, Taggart, you don't even need a search warrant. Go on in there. Have yourself a good look. You won't even find a chewable vitamin. You want to search me? Here, have a look at these pockets. You satisfied?
Lieutenant, I know enough about police work to know the difference between what you're doing and harassment. Unless, of course, you can come up with some better explanation as to why you're here.
I'm just trying to do my job.
Your job? What job? Why don't you just leave the poor guy alone?
Are you finished?
Huh? Yeah.
Good. Goodbye. Listen, Felicia, I really appreciate this.
Excuse me. Aren't you late for work?
Yes, I'm coming right along. I just need to have a quick word with Felicia.
Just make it short because I'm trying to run a clinic, all right?
Okay. I just want to thank you for your kindness and support. It is a struggle for me, and I couldn't do it without the help of people like you, okay?
And the man I just saw down the hall?
What man?
That bald man with the red face beard. He was sort of hurrying down the hall. I don't know if he was going to my place or if he was going to your place. But when he saw Taggart, he thought better of it.
Really?
Is he a friend of yours or maybe a business acquaintance or something?
No, I wouldn't know who he is. Listen, I've got to get to my job, so thanks again.
You are really stretching it, Bobbie. My responsibilities as chief of staff of General Hospital have nothing to do with the problems that go on in this house. Unless, of course, you are suggesting that maybe my access to Michael is going to be dependent upon whether or not I encourage the board to reinstate Tony?
I didn't say that. I'm just pointing out that as far as family is concerned, you have a double standard.
As far as Michael goes, I have only one standard, and that is what is in his best interest. Come on, Bobbie, you think that boy could have a normal childhood growing up with just you and Carly and Jason?
Oh, no, Monica. I think he's going to be a lot better off here where he's surrounded by drug addicts and alcoholics and adulterers.
Now, wait. Not one of those problems exists under this roof anymore. The Quartermaines just don't tolerate such behavior. When it comes into our midst, we root it out and banish it from our home. And the result is a wonderful environment for any child. And frankly, Bobbie, considering your rather exotic background, you are on very shaky ground questioning our moral authority.
Mom.
What? What is it, Emily?
That fake nude picture of me is all over the internet. I can't believe this is happening to me. All I wanted to do was model. Is that so bad?
No, you didn't do anything wrong, Emily. You just had the bad luck to cross paths with a very evil man.
Now anybody can see me. They can see me naked.
It is not you, confound it. It's a forgery.
Nobody will know that.
You know, how did this happen? The man who made these pictures is in jail.
Well, he must have uploaded M's picture to the net before he got busted.
Oh, who cares how it happened? It did. What am I supposed to do now?
Okay, sweetheart, all right.
Emily, I'm sorry. Hang in there, okay? You're right, Edward. This is a swell place to raise a kid.